In this episode of INN CEO Talks, on site here at the Vancouver Resource Investment Conference, I'm joined by Alexandra Woodier-Sharon of Empress Royalty, and we're talking about royalty investments. Alexandra, welcome back. It's good to see you in person.
It's great to see you in person too. Thanks so much for having us.
You know, let's just start by talking a little bit about this unique space that you've moved into, and it's really starting to draw attention. What is it about the royalty investments that make this an attractive vehicle for investors?
You're getting direct access to gold and silver. So we're a royalty and streaming company. So we've got silver credits coming in, and then revenue coming in from our royalties. And you are getting hedged against inflation. You know, compared to typical mining companies, we don't have the huge capital and operating costs. We're able to keep it quite low and a small team to be able to execute on it. You've also got a diversified portfolio, so it's not a single asset. We've got projects all around the world that are bringing in revenues. There's multiple revenue sources, and also get some great returns. Our portfolio IRR right now is just over 30%.
That's remarkable already.
Yeah.
Because, you've only been doing this for a short period of time.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about how the team came together. And I think that it's important to understand what the depth of experience in your team is.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So I'm ex-PwC and then Endeavour Financial. Endeavour Financial's been around for over 30 years, won 20 international awards. They've done over $750 million of royalty and stream transactions. And what we were really seeing as a team is that the royalty and streaming companies, especially streamers, were doing bigger and bigger ticket sizes. So the smaller side of the market, sub 25 million, was not being served with this structure. And it really does offer smaller producers or smaller developers access to capital without diluting their shareholders, or the more restrictive ways of doing a bank financing. So we saw the opportunity in the market, and we created Empress, and Endeavour Financial is our investment manager, their managing director. David Rhodes is also our chairman. So not only does it allow us to quickly source deals, vet them, execute on them, using the more sophisticated structures from the bigger transactions, but also I have access to their cash flow monitors, their financial analysts, the mining engineers, the geologists. So we as a small team are really able to punch above our weight in terms of what we're able to look at and how we're able to structure the deals.
So tell me about your deals. Where are you located? What are the specifics about the growing portfolio that you have?
So we currently have 17 investments. We launched with 13 exploration assets, which was part of our direct listing onto the TSXV. We've layered in 4 investments. 3 of those were development, 2 of those have become mines. So in total, we now have 3 producing mines that are ramping up. So we have one in Peru called Sierra Antipite, and we have a gold stream in that. So we're getting 4.5% of their gold. So that's a fantastic investment for us. We're getting the gold straight from Metalor in Switzerland. Then we have Talahueto, which is a project in Durango, Mexico, owned by Altale Mining. We're getting 100% of their silver, up to 1.25 million ounces. And then that will continue on. So that one's going to generate about 3 million in revenue. The one in Peru generates about 2 million in revenue. As they ramp up, we have a gold royalty in Mozambique. That's just been starting to get into production and ramping up. That'll bring in $1.5 million. So that's just as they ramp up. So we're forecasting about $7 million US in revenue coming in the next year, by the end of the year, using current metal prices.
That's impressive. And that's one of the benefits of being in the royalty space, because you're not waiting for mine development from acquisition all the way through to eventually seeing revenues. You're seeing it right away. And is that one of the really attractive elements of the royalty space?
It is. I mean, there's different types of royalty companies. There's been a ton of new entrants in the last couple of years. There's the exploration generation. So you're typically inexpensive to acquire. And as you're doing it, there's no guarantee the mine will the project turn into a mine. If it does, very long lead time to revenue. Then there's the third-party acquisition companies, trading royalties. Again, pretty simple acquisition, but there's no direct relationship with the mining company. And it's become a very crowded space, so typically paying a premium and getting low returns. We're on that creation side, so we work with mining companies to get them into production, expand upon their production capacity like the one in Peru, and we have a direct relationship. So we're very involved with the company. We're getting monthly reports. We know what's happening on the ground. We know how they're developing. And as a result of that, we're able to create flexible structures that work for everyone, as well as get some great returns, as we've demonstrated through the portfolio to date.
You've also listed to provide opportunities for more American investment.
Yeah.
On the OTCQB, right?
We were the OTCQB, and we just upgraded to the OTCQX. So this really does give us access to more U.S. retail investors. And we found, when we've looked at our shareholder base, it seems to be a really good fit for us. So yeah, we're very excited about increasing our presence in the U.S.
So are you already getting initial interest then?
Yes, we are. Yeah, we've got a good portion of our volume is actually traded in the U.S. now. So it was a natural fit for us to elevate to that exchange, or elevate up in the exchange and be able to attract more investors.
So for investors right now, they'll be looking at Empress and say, okay, your stock price has stayed relatively steady over the last 6, 8, 10 months, maybe even a little bit longer.
Yeah, we've had a good increase in the last 6 months. We've been holding steady.
Why is Empress a good company to be looking at investing in now? That's what people who are going to be watching are going to be asking that question.
No, that's a great question. We've got a lot of near-term catalysts. As I mentioned, the one in Peru, Serra and Tapite is increasing its production. That's more cash flow into Empress, or cash into Empress. We've got Talahueto is ramping up. They're getting up to 500 ball mill. They'll be doubling that towards the end of this year. Manica, the one in Mozambique, they're increasing the production. So we have the 3 assets bringing more revenue into Empress, and that's if we didn't do anything else. But we've got a pipeline of opportunities that will be bringing even further revenue. I mean, if you just look at the numbers and what we're forecasting $54 million in revenue over the next 5 years into Empress. We invested into the portfolio $19.5 million. Our net asset value at current prices is $47, and our market cap today is roughly $27 million. So we're trading in a significant discount on all key metrics compared to our peers.
So what's the most important thing that you want people to be looking at in the next quarter or two as they continue to follow Empress Royalty?
Yeah, I think it's as our investments mature, as we are able to announce some new investment opportunities, we really are on the path to rapid growth, and we're really able to leverage our experience and our network to bring some of these great investments in, similar to what we've done already. So, when we first met, we had a concept. We've proven that concept out, and now we're planning on growing it.
Well, it's been quite impressive to watch how this has unfolded from our first interview to where you are today and what your projections are going forward.
Yeah, no, we've got a fantastic team, and we're very excited about the future where we're going to be taking this company.
Well, I've been watching from the sidelines, cheering you on, because I think that what you're doing is unique and can provide great opportunities.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thanks for your time today.
Cheers.